coming.
How you doing?
I'm good. How are you?
This is cool. I've never been here before, so I'm enjoying it.
This is the first time they had a movie
I know,
here.
yeah, right?
You still look at you.
You know,
Trailblazing.
Pathfinder, out front, vanguard.
By the way, who is here with me today? Is this 23-year-old Will or is
I wish.
51-year-old Will
No,
here with me?
51-year-old Will is all the way here. I'm just noticing my posture right now. 51-year-old Will is all the way here. Just like my feet hurting, my back hurting.
Oh, you're so yeah. That's because you were on stage in Budapest celebrating your birthday, doing this little move there.
That's the one. That's how you get them. See, you got to be real confident to do that when you're at a bow, and then you just give it to them like you know what I'm talking about. You know what it is.
Do the kids appreciate Dad's groove?
No, not at all. So Trey is like, you know what? Let Dad be Dad.
Yeah.
We're gonna let him do him. And Jaden just kind of keeps it quiet, and he just looks and watches. And Willow is like, Dad, really? Seriously?
I know.
That's too much.
I know.
That's too much.
Okay, so
Our friends are watching that.
your friends will be watching this movie too. What is it like when you see a 23-year-old you played back on the screen for the first time?
Yeah, that was crazy. It was like, because we had to shoot all of this stuff ahead of time, and it was 8 months before I got to see an image.
Oh.
And it's really, it's weird when you see yourself talking to yourself. It was, the first time I saw it, first shot I saw is one of the best shots in the movie. It's the one where the old Will flips the young Will and then puts the flashlight on his face, and it's the first time we see him. And it's just one of those shots that's it's exquisitely done because it's 100% digital character, and that's the thing that I keep repeating to people. It's not me de-aged.
Okay.
It's a 100% digital character. They created that character totally in the computer, right? So it's essentially a digital avatar that I put the things on, and I'm working an avatar. Right. So it was the process of it was a difficult process because you don't really see anything. But when I first saw it, blown away.
They have to create that 23-year-old you, but you still have to play that character. So what do you tap into when you got to play a 23-year-old?
Yeah, it's real. You know what was great is I had so much filmography. So Ang went and grabbed 6 Degrees of Separation. He grabbed Bad Boys and Independence Day. So the team at Weta was working off of essentially the look of the Bad Boys and 6 Degrees of Separation age range. Yeah. So they were creating around those images, but you can't fake innocence. That was the thing that was really hard. It's a whole lot easier to play older than it is to play younger. It's like there's certain things, once you know them, it's hard to get them out of there. And there's certain knowledge that just takes root in your cells, that it's hard to get out of there. But it was fun to watch all of my old stuff. It was a little bit of that, and also to see just the quality of insanity I was living in that age. Like not knowing is actually a superpower. If it doesn't kill you, like not knowing what you can do and not.
You didn't know anything during Fresh Prince. You knew nothing. You were just doing it.
It's that naivete is such a power because you'll try anything.
It is. There's a line in the film where younger Will says, "I am the best," and older Will's like, "You're obviously not the best." Exactly. So what would you tell younger Will, the Will in his 20s right now, to kind of prepare him for where you are today?
Well, first of all, Will in his 20s wasn't listening to nothing that nobody had to say. So that's first and foremost. I wouldn't tell his dumb ass nothing, right? But there were certain qualities that I had in my 20s that I've been trying to recover in the last couple of years.
Yeah, what's that?
Yeah, on my birthday last year, I went, I did bungee jumping out of a helicopter over the Grand Canyon. And even a part of that foolishness was trying to get rid of the fear that I had taken on as I became more successful.
Right.
I didn't become more brave. I became more fearful as I got older, right? So young Will was wildly courageous.
Yeah.
Like he would courageous to the level of foolishness, but I would want to ask my younger self about the source of that courage, because
Okay.
I've actually lost touch with that source. I have to manipulate it a little more now than I used to.
My most favorite thing in the world is when Jada calls you Willard.
Willard?
That's my most favorite thing in the world.
Yeah, she got my whole government name.
Yeah, you're about to get another birthday gift this year. Tyler Perry is dedicating a stage to you at his new Atlanta studio. How do you feel about that?
You know, I think that is fantastic. I love how Tyler is thinking about our people.
First black man to ever own a studio outright.
It's like, I just want to support what he's doing. There's a part that is excited about it for me and for my legacy and for my family, but more than anything, I am excited for the place that he's creating for alternate stories.
Yes.
So I'm going to go down there, and for me, more than for myself, I'm going down to pat him on his back, tell him good job.
That's legacy for you too. Now listen, I want to play a little game in honor of Gemini Man,
Okay.
right? Okay, this is Bree.
That's Bree.
We're gonna call this
Whoa.
older, younger co-star.
Older,
so you
younger
have to guess
co-star.
who this person is that you're looking at right now.
Whoa. Oh, the only person I've worked with those eyes is Margot.
Ah, you are good.
That's Margot. Oh, that's Naomi. That's Naomi. That's Naomi.
This one's
Is
my
that
favorite.
Martin?
That's Martin.
That's fantastic. That's fantastic. Yeah. Wait, so hold on. So that's Jada or Gam in there somewhere, right?
That's Gam.
That's Gam.
That's
That's
younger Gam.
Yeah, younger Gam. Yeah, that's fantastic. These are really good. That is crazy. I cannot.
This is a good one. You want me to help you?
Yeah.
That's Milo Ventimiglia, who said he got his start on Fresh Prince of Bel-Air.
Okay, yeah. That's I recognize that because of the clothes. That's Jaden.
That's Jaden. That's older Jaden.
Fantastic. Have you seen these? That's fantastic. That is fantastic. That is genius.
That's good.
Wow.
That's
Okay.
good.
Whoever did that Gemini stuff that's great.
That's amazing.
Ladies
Come on
and
in.
gentlemen, Mr. Ang Lee.
I mean, the man, the myth, the legend.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying?
3-time Academy Award winner Ang Lee.
Doesn't get any better than this.
Yeah.
I love the fact that you two teamed up. I know you've been trying to get this made forever, but you were saying the technology just wasn't there.
It wasn't me for 20 years, from studio to studio. I was getting in touch like two and a half years ago. I was pitched the idea. Everybody has a feeling that the technology is within reach, not that we can do it, but feels like maybe we can do it. So we all jumped in. And of course, there's only maybe two guys can do this.
Right. It's interesting because I've seen this kind of concept, a lot in the last. Samuel L. Jackson did it in Captain Marvel. The men in The Irishman are playing younger versions of themselves, and now we have Will doing that. Are we now going to be able to act till we're like 87 years old because we can just like create younger versions of ourselves and do different things?
For me, the art of there could be a younger Will Smith, younger Marlon Brando movie.
Oh.
Right? Like it really with this technology and that's the part. I'm telling you, because it's so hard for people to understand. It's not a younger Will. It's a completely digital character, right? So it's a digital character that performed by me that could be performed by. It looks like me, but it could be performed by another actor. Another actor could work the avatar because now it's a digital character that will exist when I'm gone.
Yeah, but nobody does that tear and quivering jaw like you.
Yeah.
Nobody does that. Now, so can you expand just a little bit on why this is not de-aging? Because I think all of us in our head think, even though I hear you say it, I'm still like, yeah, but it's younger Will.
Well, de-aging is you de your age. What we did is we created a young Will Smith.
Right.
That's the difference.
So
we
like
work from here up, not from there, not of this guy,
Right.
except the heart of this guy, or what he wished to be.
So it's like in Life of Pi when you see the tiger, right? So there was never actually a real tiger there, right? So it is. They looked at tigers, they used tigers, they filmed tigers to get the movement and all of that, but there was never actually a tiger there. That's how this character is. It's a full digital character, and there was never actually a Will Smith there. In that's the idea,
Gotcha.
right? So
Gotcha.
it's completely.
We're not reducing
There's a
anything.
new character there. It wasn't Will.
Character, right.
I gotcha.
Yeah.
Are we changing the way we're viewing cinema now? I mean, is this movie really kind of changing the way we consume cinema?
I hope it's a beginning because we're in a digital era. There's full of other sort of possibilities. Instead of physically pretending something to tell a story, the digital can help us go all kinds of places. I think it's a very valuable tool that is still new to us, relatively new to us. I think there's a lot of potentials. But so right now, it's very difficult. It's a lot more expensive than Will Smith.
Yeah, yeah, exactly.
If I'm being honest, I am technologically inept. It's bad. I still have an iPhone 6. It's bad.
Oh yeah, you might have to pop up. You have to pop
Really
up a little
bad.
bit.
But your technology game is on point, especially with social media. Like you really tap in and you really use it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I've always loved technology. My father was an engineer. Right, so he was an electrical engineer. So it's like math and science was huge in my house. So I've always loved technology, and now with social media, being able to connect to people around the world, I get to feed that joy moment to moment.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah.
So.
Can Willow really check you? Is she the only one that can really check you?
You know, I mean, it's like, I mean, that's my baby girl, you know. She gets leeway that the others don't necessarily get.
I got you. I got you. I love that so much. And finally, I did want to ask about Bel Air Athletics because that just dropped. I love it. I need those Fresh Prince T-shirts.
You know, I love doing merch and stuff like that because I never did it before. It was that's a part of the new age now too, how you can interact as a movie star. In the past, you had to be as mysterious and as separate from the fans as
Well, that's
as
what we love
possible.
about y'all, though, because you don't play that game. Y'all really don't play that game.
Play that. Yeah. But we're out there in a different way now. You can get away with a lot more contact. With it's almost like creating a daily relationship and a friendship than it is trying to sustain mythological imagery of yourself.
You know, you almost broke the internet with that Neo post that you did. Now you got everybody calling for you to be in the new one with Jaden, with Jada and Keanu. Can you? Could it be?
Yeah, I'm doing whatever movie Ang Lee wants me to do. So whatever Ang Lee brings up next, that's what we're doing.
Can I whisper in your ear, Ang? I got some ideas.